Today, if you haven't already guessed, I'm doing Snackajacks versus Tesco salt and vinegar flavoured rice cakes, which are exactly what Snackajacks are. Is this just pure marketing, or are these actually much better? Because the price difference isn't major. Ultimately, these look a lot bigger. These look a lot more compact. Now, I eat Snackajacks quite regularly. I haven't for a while, but I do eat them quite regularly because they're a great snack for work. So as you can see, as it quite rightly says on the packet, 43 calories per snack. You could have 3 of these and they're quite filling each. 3 of those for only 120 calories. On the other hand, these ones, 30 calories. Fair enough. So these are less calories. You'd expect that considering that they're smaller. Now, I wonder if it says how large they are individually. Yes, it does. Fabulous. So Tesco ones, we are looking at 7.2 grams per cake. These ones, we are looking at 10.5 grams. So yeah, these are definitely bigger. So you're going to have more of these to keep you full. So bearing that in mind, so you're going to end up in a situation where if you only want one rice cake, let's say you're at work. This is me, right? I'm at work, I'm busy, I'm hungry, I want a snack. Ultimately, if I grab one of these, if it doesn't fill me, I've got to have a second one. So instantly I'm up to 60 calories. I have a slightly bigger Snackajack that's slightly more expensive. Ultimately, these are larger. They're about 30% bigger. So ultimately, I'm just going to have one of these because this should hopefully fill me. Only 43 calories. So I'm saving calories already. Thinking of you see. Now, you can also tell from the back of the packaging. So these are 130 grams in total. To actually get more weight in the packet. Interesting. So you must get more. I think these are denser. That's my gut feeling. I think these are more compact. Now, they look the same on the packet. I don't know if you can see. But I think these have got more gaps in. And that's why they actually do feel slightly lighter. Not massively different. But I think they do. You can see it. Fabulous. I think these have a lot more air in it. I think there's a lot more gap in the packaging. Now, interestingly, when I was reading this one, for some reason it says if you're going to dispose of them, please do whilst rollerblading. Don't understand that. Roller skating, rollerblading, whatever the hell it is. It's all the bloody same. Ultimately, let's give these a try. Let's see if these are any good or if these are better. Now, first instincts, believe me to think that these ones are going to be stronger in flavour because these are zingy rice cakes. These don't say zingy, these just say tangy and crunchy. What's the difference between zingy and tangy? I think I prefer zingy, to be fair. Made with puffed brown rice for a savoury snack. These just say crispy rice and corn cakes. Interesting. Are they both brown rice? Must be. Casually checking the packet. Whole grain rice. Yep, that's brown rice to me. Okay, fabulous. Which one shall I try first? I think I'm going to try the cheaper one. These don't stay up. Fabulous. Trusty plate. As per every video, everything goes on a plate because, again, we don't eat off the table. We're not filthy slobs. We eat off a plate. No offence to any filthy slobs out there. Now, the one thing I hate about opening any kind of packets like these is they blooming rip at the sides. You can never perfectly fold these up. So if I was at work and I'd open these, I now feel like I have to eat 3 of those to be able to close the packet properly because I'm not going to bring cling film and foil around with me. And unless you put them in some kind of other bag that you probably won't have at work as well, you're going to end up eating 4 of them or dishing around the friends. Now, you're probably not going to dish them around your friends because they're too nice to eat on. So I think you're going to eat them yourself. Now, let's have a look. Interesting. Yeah. I see. Look how bloody flat that is. Look at that. It reminds me of a hockey disc. I've never seen a hockey disc in real life. That's imagine what a hockey disc looks like from the internet. As you see, there's no raised bits, there's no puffy bits, it's all just manufactured flatness and roundness. Okay, right. Before we try it then, let's compare. Now, interestingly, I love this about Snackajacks. Snackajacks, if you can tell from the front, they have this little bread tab. Now, I call it a bread tab because it's the only other thing that seems to have it. It's this little closing thing that you use to fold the end of the bread, close it. You know what I mean. This thing. Right. Let's have a look. I just realised these are really loud for a microphone. Interestingly, these didn't rip. Maybe I'm just crap at opening things. It could be that. Yeah, see, I can open it however far down I want. Genius. Well done, Snackajacks. Who actually makes Snackajacks? I haven't actually looked at that. Who makes these? Oh. Is it just Snackajacks? I have no idea. Is it a company that just makes Snackajacks? Surely that's not the case. Could be. And again, best before the 8th of April next year. Yeah, they're going to get eaten before then because they're going to go stale, just like a loaf of bread would. Let's have a look. Ah, now, these... Oh, I can immediately tell that these start crumbling. So they are flat, but I don't know if you can see, there's gaps in them. You see? So at the back, it's more flat, but on the front, there's little gaps you can tell because I can put my fingers in them. Okay. Here's them side by side. Oh, wow, that feels way... Oh, that's way lighter. It feels more hefty. Yeah, you can definitely feel the weight difference. And there's the difference. Look at the difference on them. Someone's going to make that into a meme, no doubt. Well, it's taste test time. You've come here to watch a guy on the internet eat food for your entertainment. I'm here to observe and entertain you. Not going to observe you. I don't know why I'm going to observe you. You can choose where your mind wanders with that. I've actually found out who makes these Snackajacks, and it's owned by PepsiCo. Bloody hell. They're owned by PepsiCo. Of all things, mind you, these conglomerates these days, they pretty much own every single company. If you go online and look at the food brands, you'd be surprised how many of them commingle into the same parent company and you don't realise it. So you think like you're buying an alternative product. But you're not. Honestly, just one single conglomerate owns them all. Have a look. Right, so I'm going to taste. Ultimately, you've come here for a random guy on the internet to eat food, and you're going to be entertained. And if you wasn't entertained, you wouldn't be watching by now. So you're going to watch me eat it, and you're going to like it. I'm going to start with these Tesco ones, because they look quite interesting. The smell of salt and vinegar, as you'd expect. I appreciate this is not how you eat a Snackajack or a rice cake, whatever you call it. You don't sit there at work and go, oh. Also, call me weird, when you eat rice cakes, have you ever turned them upside down so the flavour's on your tongue and then just licked them and then eat them? Is that just me? Is that weird? I swear one of you does. One of you. Put it in the comments if you do that. I swear one of you does. Enough rambling. I'm going to eat. Okay. Ooh. Oh. Mm. Oh yeah, I'm recording, yeah. Okay, interesting. The taste. Now, it's not a descriptive word that you'd use to describe food, but it tastes flat. Just like its shape, it tastes flat. There's no, what did it say it had? Tangy and crunchy. I mean, there's a bit of tang. There's a tiny bit of crunch because it's puffed rice, but now, Snackajacks. Let's try these. Oh, hold on. They actually smell better, these Tesco ones, to the Snackajacks. Interesting. I'm going to eat them the right way up there. You don't want to see me licking food. That'd be weird. Wrong place for that. Ooh. Oh, the crunch on that. Mmm. Oh. Oh, stop the recording. I'm just going to sit and eat these. Bloody hell. Mm. Do you know what I hate about rice cakes? I haven't figured out any way to avoid this so far, apart from eating with gloves, which no one bloody eats with gloves. You get the residue all over your fingers. And no matter how many times you try and wipe your hands, it never comes off. You have to then wash your hands, which is really annoying if you're at a desk and, you know, working with keyboards and mice. You end up having to clean your equipment. Now, before these go stale, I'm going to quickly, that's all you can hear, I realise, I'm going to quickly tie these up using the bread tie. If there's an official word for these, please leave them in the comments. I don't know what the hell it is. Perfect, perfectly sealed. They won't go stale, at least not for a while. These, on the other hand, is one of them foods again where, I mean, they're not that tasty anyway, but ultimately these are going to end up going stale, or you're going to end up finishing most of the packet before you're actually able to close these. They don't come with one of these bread tab things, whatever they're called. Taste-wise, interesting one. Now, it's difficult to see these because they are pretty light in colour, but you can tell from the Snackajacks, they've got little colours in. The little puffed wheat is slightly different colour. I mean, you can tell ever so slightly in the Tesco Rice Cake. It's not as prominent. Ultimately, what would I go for? Now, bearing in mind, I said at the start of the video that these are slightly larger individually. These are slightly smaller, but you get more in a packet because they're smaller. But you're going to have to eat two of these, and arguably they taste a bit like cardboard, to actually get the same flavour and experience as one Snackajack. These Snackajacks, however, as you could just tell, they fall to bits as you're eating them. Now, again, I eat these quite often. Now, when I eat these Snackajacks, the official brand, they just crumble. They crumble all over you. They've crumbled half over the floor already. Honestly, I've got half of a Snackajack. I've barely even taken 2 bites and half of it is already on the bloody floor. But ultimately, I don't rate these. Now, rice cakes, I've checked in Tesco, I've checked in other supermarkets. Rice cakes, there isn't really much price difference. The reason being is that because they're all corn cakes. They're all rice corn cake things, whatever you call them. Ultimately, they're made out of the same ingredients. It's just the flavouring that they add. And of course, how they form it into the little cylinders that they are. Again, I would go with the Snackajacks. I know that it sounds like ultimately here to save money, and I should really be recommending this one because you're all about saving money in this economic climate. But I wouldn't feed these to people that I liked. I keep these for people that, you know, I'm acquaintances with, should we say. These Snackajacks, however, on the other hand, keep them in a drawer, locked. Don't let any of your colleagues have them. If you have kids, your kids are not allowed these because these are too nice. They're too nice for them to enjoy. These are the perfect snack. I have them usually mid-morning. Now, I skip breakfast. I shouldn't skip breakfast, I admit. These are as close as to a breakfast as I'm probably going to get. Not very healthy, I appreciate, but given that each serving is only 43 calories, again, barely any saturated fat, barely any fat itself, barely any salt, considering that these are salt and vinegar. It's only actually 3% of your daily salt for one cake. Now remember, you're only going to eat one cake unless you're greedy. Then of course you're going to have the whole packet. But that's not the point of the video. In short, don't buy Tesco, buy Snackajacks. Now if you're curious about what I was discussing with Kinder Buenos, again, I've linked down in the description the Kinder Bueno video. Now I had a similar shocking experience with the Kinder Buenos, but they're not Tesco ones. Kinder Bueno versus Bellona Mr. Choc. Bellona? Don't know. Check out the video in the description below. Comment below what you want me to test next. I'll see you in the next video.